fallout from the rioting in Grand Rapids and Kalamazoo over the past few days. Just minutes ago, we learned the Grand Rapids city manager is recommending the city expand its 7 p.m. to 5 a.m. curfew to June 7th. The city commission still has to make a decision. The city manager just lost my where we are. I want to get the facts right here. Okay, Grand Rapids not the only major West Michigan city dealing with violent riots and tense protests right now. So Kalamazoo city leaders are addressing the violence and destruction that erupted in their city overnight. We want to go live to Kalamazoo right now and listen in on that news conference.
To everyone's attention who has the stomach to look at that video is that we have reached a tipping point. It is time for change. Let's not forget that when we're talking about what's happening in the streets here in Kalamazoo. That is the reason we are here this morning. I'm pause for a second. Take a deep breath on that. Second thing I want to take a deep breath on is this. What you are going to have to bear with this morning is not a 2.5-minute soundbite interview. And I know the press is going to be constrained, and there will be things that they're going to have to take out of this conversation and put on the air because they're not going to have an opportunity to run a half-an-hour spot in the middle of a news cycle. So you're going to have to bear with us because there's going to be multiple voices speaking this morning. And I want to remind everybody that even though there's multiple voices, and the voices that you will be hearing from are people who don't always agree on every topic, and maybe even have some disagreements on some bigger topics. But one thing we do all agree on is that we love this city. We love the people that live in this city. We want this to be a great place where everyone can live their hopes and dreams and aspirations. So as we go through this today, and person after person talks, you will hear some different perspectives. We're united in representing that, and we are committed to working together and working through what differences we may have as a symbol for how we as a community are also going to have to work together, despite the fact that we may have some serious disagreements with each other on any given moment. But I'm trusting and believing with the greater community, just as I feel with this group of people behind me, that we all have the same goal in mind. Thank you for coming here. Thank you for responding to the wise idea that Commissioner Cunningham had. And the next person I'm going to introduce will be Vice Mayor Patrice Griffin. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm going to try my best to be loud. I don't have the loudest voice. I'm Patrice Griffin, the Vice Mayor of the City of Kalamazoo. The first thing I want to say is I stand in solidarity with every last one of you, first and foremost. I have been on the front lines with some of you protesting. I get it. I'm about that action and making sure we change what happens in this community. With that being said, I hear you and I understand the concerns that people have, not just with what happened with George Floyd. Y'all want to make sure and you want to know that no knees are going to be on necks in Kalamazoo. I'm clear on that. I know that we have work that we need to do. We need accountability, transparency, and all of that stuff. Those are the things that I'm committed to doing. I need you to know all this fire and energy that we have in this space is all the fire and energy that I've had for I can't tell you how long, and how much fire and energy that I'm going to keep. And I'm going to need for all of you to be there with me while we're trying to change these policies, while we're trying to right these wrongs. I'm so glad to see so many youth out here today. This is beautiful, because we need to make sure that when you are of age, that your situations are different. I have children out here. I have a husband out here who has been affected by police brutality. So I get it. This isn't an us versus them thing. I didn't come into office to become an us versus them. I came into office to make change, and I believe that's what everybody here is trying to do. I don't have a whole lot of words to say. What we're going through right now is not new to a lot of these faces in this crowd. Racism is nasty, it's messed up, and it's caused for a lot of problems. And until we change these systems, we'll be out here again in another 2 years. I don't want another Eric Gardner. I don't want Philandro Castile. I don't want another George Floyd. And with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to City Manager Jim Ritzman.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. I want you to know that I hear you, we hear you. Black Lives Matter. I haven't experienced your pain, but I feel it. I am committed to taking this raw emotion and turning it into action for change in both the short term and the long-term, sustainable long-term change of racist systems. We are committed to this work, and with that, I want to turn it over to Chief Carrie Ann Thomas, who's going to walk you through what happened yesterday and also what to expect today and in the future relative to what's going on. Thank you.
Thank you, City Manager. Good morning, I'm Chief Carrie Ann Thomas, and I just want to echo the sentiments of Mayor Anderson and Vice Mayor Griffith and the City Manager. You know, KDPS, we mourn with the country at the horrific death of Mr. Floyd in Minneapolis. I stand here in this uniform, and that was a horrific death. I understand that. I'm appalled by it. And we admire those people that want to have their voices heard, and we respect peaceful protest, and we want to help that occur. We absolutely want to help that occur here in Kalamazoo, and those voices to be heard, and do everything we can do to keep the community safe. It's my sole responsibility to keep all of you safe, to keep the officers safe. I have certain tools that I don't want to use that I had to use last night. Last resort things that occurred, and it wasn't because of peaceful acts. It was to help maintain the safety of this city. And there's a lot of different viewpoints, and I understand that. I do this job because I love this city, I love the people here, and I love the officers. And I have to balance all that and try to do the very best we can and give the most professional law enforcement services. And I do that with the support and the help and the viewpoint of how do we keep trying to get it right, and we're committed to doing that. And I just want to walk through the events of yesterday. I'm going to read through there so I don't forget any of the details. It was a very dynamic situation. It was very fast moving. There was a lot occurring at once in different locations throughout the city. It was not our community's finest hour, and we have to come together and move forward to heal. It was not this community's finest hour. Last evening, we had peaceful protests throughout this county, including downtown Kalamazoo. It was a beautiful thing. Those were peaceful protests. When I left City Commission meeting to be briefed and go out to some of these protests and see what was occurring, I felt like maybe last night I could go home and sleep. I haven't slept in days and a week. And many gathered, and they did have their voices heard, or silently, and they did so in a very peaceful manner, and I appreciate that. But yesterday afternoon, we had received credible information that others were planning some not so peaceful protests. We monitored those. We tried to evaluate the validity of those so that we could plan for the response if violence came to this community, if looting and damaging businesses that was being professed did occur. Around 10 p.m., these are all loose time frames, several different groups of protesters began forming in the city, both on foot and in vehicles. As these groups grew, some protesters splintered off. Part of these groups traveled throughout the county, breaking out a window in hopes of looting in Oshtemo Township, heading to another business that they were going to loot. And we had that information in real time and were able to stop those acts from occurring. Shortly after, we were able to stop that. those groups began to form in the downtown area, both on foot and in vehicles. The vehicles swelled in numbers to a couple hundred, disregarding traffic control, driving the wrong way down streets, and exhibition driving, as well as many people out on foot. At approximately 11:30 p.m., we attempted to make traffic stops to quell the situation. Within 20 minutes of that, officers responded, and crowds began throwing bottles at the officers, damaging parked cars, and breaking windows downtown. Officers attempted to shut down streets, but the amount of vehicle traffic now coming downtown increased by even more hundreds, gridlocking the area. Officers responding to those committing criminal acts were hindered by those vehicles. As these acts continued and officers were unable to manage numerous crowds, splintered in different locations, destroying things at different locations throughout the city, we had to take control of the crowd and disperse the crowds. At approximately 12:30 a.m., officers gave announcements to disperse. Many did disperse, but many did not comply. Pepper spray and tear gas was used to disperse the crowd. And I talked about yesterday at commission that we have those tools that we don't want to use, but if a situation dictates that may be the case, and unfortunately, that was the case. Our officers were outnumbered by 10-folds. This continued for several hours throughout downtown. We had officers respond from the Michigan State Police, Portage Police, Kalamazoo Township, Western Michigan University, the DNR, Kalamazoo County, Allegan County, Battle Creek, St. Joe County, Comstock Fire Department, Portage Fire, Oshtemo Fire, Texas Fire Departments, Life EMS, and I'm sure I missed a couple. We recalled every single officer in this department that wasn't scheduled to work this morning. And I still had, and I'm going to have Assistant Chief Coakley speak, Assistant Chief Coakley calling me and say, send me more officers. At 1:15 a.m., Mayor Anderson declared a state of emergency in order to request further assets for assistance. Our City of Kalamazoo Public Services was able to assist us with dump trucks and other large vehicles to block streets and create a police zone. And before I continue some of the facts, I think at this point, I was going to do a little later, but I think at this point I'm going to ask Assistant Chief Coakley just to describe, he was down there the entire time and what was occurring as he tried to manage that scene.
Hey man,
Hello, community. Again, my name is Vernon Coakley. I'm the Assistant Chief of Operations, that is the Patrol Division, and Community Outreach. I'd like to echo the sentiments for George Floyd. What a horrific situation for our country to be placed in. And I stand before you a black man first. I'm black and blue. I've been doing this career for 27 years and I'm proud of my profession. Doesn't mean we get it right all the time. Does not mean we get it right all the time. But let's talk about those things at a later time and collab with one another about how we can move forward to continue the great things that is going on in this community in Kalamazoo. As Chief Thomas said, I'm here to give you some specifics that occurred last night. And I'm going to start with that intel. And we did have credible intelligence that we had agitators that were coming from out of the state, out of our city, out of our community, in order to get our community to be like other communities. We reached out to community leaders within our community in order to avoid those types of situations. But that intel
proved to be true, that folk came from out of town. You name the state, you name the city, they came to be agitators. Earlier in the day, we did have great peaceful protest. People kneeling and laying for Mr. Floyd in our community. And I was proud and prideful for that. But later in the day, we did have situations where that turned to a different situation. And the agitators became louder, boisterous in the community, in our intersection downtown, and began to throw rocks and things of that nature at police. We had a group engage in a location in our community with vehicles that started out with about 50, that emerged to be up over 500 vehicles that went throughout the community, or the county of Kalamazoo, in my opinion, and I have to give you that, searching for something to do. They started out from here, went to Comstock, came back in our community. They splintered off. A group went to Oshimo Township and did damage there. We were able to get there and get resources there so that did not occur. We still want peaceful protest. And for the community to heal, they must express themselves. We understand that. But as has been explained by Chief Thomas, it was an attempt to loot a business in that community. That group then came back into Kalamazoo downtown, where they met up with other groups. Then there were over 500 plus cars in our community in the downtown area, where traffic control was at its best awful. Those in that group began to do traffic control for the vehicles that was in this group. Exhibition driving, that's speed. Screeching of tires, cutting people off. In a large group that can be dangerous, or in one vehicle that can be dangerous. Eventually there was a group that settled into downtown, began to protest in our community again, along with those vehicles, that they continued to be in the downtown area. Those groups began to outnumber law enforcement 50-1. Our tools, our resources were being deployed, react teams, in order to move crowds along, because they began to be violent toward law enforcement. And again, I spoke on rocks and bottles, assaultive behaviors, breaking businesses, windows in our downtown community. We did deploy gas, and we deployed chemical spray. Several announcements were made prior to the chemical spray and gas being deployed to leave this area. Downtown, to leave the downtown area, a police line had been made, had been established in our community. Those groups, and I mean several groups, did not adhere to those warnings. The looting began on our downtown businesses, along with destruction in our community and our businesses. And all our resources were directed into our community in the downtown. And I did ask Chief Thomas to give us, our community, more resources. Because this isn't Kalamazoo. This is not Kalamazoo today. I used our resources in order to move crowds to get them to go home so we can have a peaceful night and have those communications in our community moving forward so we can heal. But we have to start somewhere, and damaging and tearing up what we built doesn't make it happen. I'm going to briefly touch on what has been seen on social media of a group of protesters that laid in front of a REACT team. What you didn't see, what preceded that, was that we chased, and I'm going to use that vernacular, our men and women in law enforcement, here at Public Safety, and our partners literally had to chase that group throughout the downtown community as they destroyed property and attempted to loot. And again, I remind you, we were outnumbered 50-1. That particular group finally laid down in front or near the county courthouse. Yes, they did. Our tools and our resources are short to mitigate situations very quickly, very fast. So our citizens and our visitors of our great community are not injured, and our law enforcement officers too, because they're doing the great work every day. They respond to the actions of our community. That chem spray was laid down in front of that group. And it did what it was intended to do, and that was to move that group out of the downtown area. And finally, for that group, it had success. It moved the group. That group was no longer in the community, but there were others, and we continue to have to do and move to each group. And as Chief Thomas spoke, about 3:30 in the morning, we had peace of some sort in our community in the downtown, where we regained the ability to have peace. But our work wasn't done. We had citizens come up to us who thanked us, and we thanked them. And I must say, even the agitators, we spoke to them and asked for them to leave and go home or go somewhere, because this was not the place at this time, at this date. So community, it does start today. It started yesterday. Let's continue to work together. I hope to see you at your neighborhood associations. I hope to see you at the city commissions. We're at a point. We're at a fork in the road, and it's a big fork. Let's continue to work together. Let's not stop today. Mr. Floyd needs to be the last one. And I say that not with a badge of honor. I'm angry at what I saw 4 law enforcement officers do who wore my uniform. Because that's not what a million and one officers in this United States does every day. Do we have our problems? Do we have our issues? Absolutely. But let's work together. Let's bring it in. Team, let's bring it in. I continue to go on, but let's do it another day. Let's get together, community. Thank you, Chief Thomas.
So as Assistant Chief Coakley said, around 3:30 a.m., the scene calmed enough to allow for the de-escalation of officers and us to send some of those officers home. We did have other officers remain in the downtown to monitor the situation and ensure that nothing continued. In total, 6 people were arrested on 8 charges. 1 officer was injured. 2 police cruisers were damaged. Over 25 businesses and buildings were vandalized and or looted. 3 suspicious fires occurred overnight we responded to. And as Assistant Chief Coakley said, this type of violence and destruction has no place in Kalamazoo. We want to support peaceful protests. So today, what does that mean for today? So we have information that several protests are scheduled for today. Some have indicated they will not be peaceful, and we're going to continue to monitor those situations. The City of Kalamazoo will be invoking a curfew at 7 p.m. tonight until 5 a.m. in the morning. This means that after 7 p.m., people will be in violation if out on city streets unless they're going to and from work or for a medical situation. The Michigan National Guard will be present to assist with the closure of streets and other areas which have been a target so that our own public safety officers can address calls for service or ensure protesters and citizens are safe tonight. I said yesterday at Commission, some of the extreme options that we had that we didn't want to use, and unfortunately we did have to use them. Curfew, we feel it's necessary to do that tonight. We know today that there's going to be protests. We want those to be peaceful protests, those voices to be heard, and we ask for your help in doing that. Thank you. I'm going to turn it over
So y'all gonna like take questions?
I think gonna take Commissioner Cunningham.
Where's the evidence?
Come on now.
Everybody here.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Where's all the out-of-state
Let them
arrests?
talk.
No credibility.
So before I even came out here, I just want to say that my colleagues and those who know me, they ask that I not ramble on, because that's a typical thing that I do. That's a typical thing that I do if I don't have notes. You heard these words today. You hear the intent, the heart of these individuals who are standing here. I am in solidarity. I completely agree. There were unacceptable behaviors in our community, but let me be clear. There are unacceptable behaviors in our city administration from the top to the bottom. But let me educate you. For those who are watching me on camera, what you don't see are at least 60 to 100 individuals who care about this community, who care about their family, who care about their loved ones, who care about their children, who care about their children's children. And so they are here to speak specifically to this item. If you are watching me on TV, maybe this isn't what you're passionate about in regards to our police department. But maybe you're passionate about education. Maybe you're passionate about the legal system. Maybe you're passionate about the economy. Each one of those systems are flawed. Let me continue beyond that. I can make the perfect policy in agreement with my colleague, Vice Mayor Griffin, who are the two African Americans on this council. We can make the perfect policy. But that perfect policy means nothing if the individuals who are carrying them out don't have the right intent in their heart. Period. What I want to say to you is a couple things. Do not stop the energy. Period. What you have done, I will acknowledge our mayor in this moment. The mayor acknowledges that this isn't the place for him to be in the limelight because it may not be a perfect expertise of his. So he has called in two individuals that he trusts, and that would be Eric and Patrice. Commissioner Cunningham and Vice Mayor Griffin. I have everybody's attention. behind these walls. I've been in the trenches with a lot of you. You know where my heart's at. If you don't, let's be clear. I was born and raised right here in the city of Kalamazoo. I'm gonna give you my motto. The city of Kalamazoo is the greatest city in the history of mankind. People say, how can you say that? There's New York, there's Egypt, there's ancient Mesopotamia. Reality is, no other time in history has as more loved ones, family, and friends concentrated in one section as Kalamazoo. Period. I didn't sleep last night. I got off the phone. I got off the city commission meeting, and I cried on my fiance's shoulder. Picked myself up. I called the mayor. I said, Mayor, thank you for allowing me to adjourn this meeting and speak to my community. I said, Mayor, I apologize for interrupting this moment. And the mayor started to cry. And he said, thank you. Because this is the leadership that we need. I trust Patrice Griffin. I pray that she trusts me. There are times when Patrice is in the room and I'm not there. And I have to hope that what she is saying, what she is speaking, is truth to power. On the back end, I only have influence when you are making sure that your voices are known. So I'm gonna break down the hierarchy for city administration. Every police officer you see out there reports to the chief of police. The chief of police reports to the city manager. The city manager reports to 7 different managers that is called the city commission, for which I am honored to serve. If you don't understand that hierarchy, it starts from the top on down. I need you to be energized in this space. I get that. But if you aren't holding them accountable, me, myself included, at the voting booth, it's got to be constructive. It's got to be productive. You got to get to where you're going. I get it. I'm not knocking any of the other pieces that aren't being mentioned. I'm just telling you, it's got to be a that and. Everything that you're doing that is in a positive lane, do that. That and. And that empowers me. Like I said, I've been serving on and off since 2015. And I've never had this strong of a voice in a space. I've never been in front of a podium to have these type of words. But reality is, I'll validate every single concern. I don't condone negative actions, but I'm trying to be sensitive with my statements. I understand and I know the history behind certain actions. That's inevitable, period. But if you want to continue to show force, I'm just going to be honest with you. The buck stops here with me and Patrice. They are listening to me and Vice Mayor Griffin specifically because we relate. We know how to, we are content experts. But let me be clear, I'm not an educator in this space. I can teach, but I need all of you to be in my ear, for which I've put out that ask on numerous occasions. Some of you have provided, I appreciate. But I need you to continuously be there. I may not have time to have long dialogue with you, but believe me, I am listening, I am hearing. I reached out, I've had the opportunity to speak to a previous commissioner who served last night. I reached out and I heard another commissioner who served also today. I woke up this morning after a lot of dialogue last night. I got about 2 hours of sleep at best. I called my number one advisor, my father. Period. I get it. Everybody in this space, you want to have the lead and things of that nature. You want to be able to communicate with me, but reality is, he's my number one advisor. We have 30, going on almost 8 years of a built relationship. So I just want you to know that silence in certain situations right now is because, yeah, I need to think. I need to hear from you. I need to be the one who is thinking clearly. And let me be clear, with this systematic issue that we're dealing with, we need janitors, we need teachers, we need educators, all to be a part of this systematic approach. But we also need diplomacy, and that is my role, and I accept that on your behalf. And I think I might have rambled on, so please forgive me. I say all that to say, I love you. For those who trust my word, there isn't one person behind me right now that I don't love. Can't say that I always agree. But as long as they come to the table and respect me and have that same compassion and love for Eric, I'm going to continuously beat my head against the wall to figure this out with them. So please, continue to work with us. I am to adjourn this, but what I'm going to ask of all of those who are here, if we can have constructive conversation afterwards, please do. I'm going to ask that the media who are present, I don't know your schedule and you might have to go. I'm going to ask that you be present for that communication. And I want you guys, if it was me, I need you to be politically correct, because that's what's going to get on TV. And I'm just going to be frank, I'm going to be honest, period. So with that being said, thank you all for being here. Thank you to my community. Thank you to our citizens. Thank you to our neighboring communities. Thank you to Kalamazoo County. Thank you to West Michigan. Thank you to Michigan for those who are standing up for the right thing. And with that being said, we are adjourned.
Commissioner,
Do you support the curfew?
You mentioned trust. Your trust in Vice Mayor Griffin. Do you trust KDPS, its chief, and do you expect everyone here to trust them moving forward?
Well, let me be clear. This is not a time for me to answer questions from this podium. This is a time for me to engage those who are in the crowd, and that's who I'm going to engage with. I will ask that some of my colleagues be present, but as for Eric, and I don't want to put any undue stress on them. If they got things to do, they got family to tend to, whatever that might be, that's not here nor there. But I am going to sit down right now and have a deeper dialogue. Period. I am refusing to answer the question as of right now. Yes, please.
Yes or no?
I'm refusing to answer any questions right now. Thank
Don't
you.
explain what happened before midnight, or they just gonna talk about what happened at midnight. They gonna talk about the between part when people wasn't being violent.
Let's go over here, please.
That's what we're gonna have.